simplex. Live dig silver action. Look it up on YouTube. The proof is there. The simplex is freaking awesome at silver, right? Most of these silver coins here, a majority of these silver coins I found with the simplex. And I have a lot more silver coins that I got with simplex than this, but those are just my test subjects there. But I have a question, or I have a couple questions that are asked of me, and they're very hard to answer. 2 questions. I'll start with the first one. Is some silver, gold rings and gold jewelry and some pull tabs and stuff. I've been testing today, just testing. But a question that I get answered that I have asked very often is, "What's your best find ever, man?" Dude, horseshoes, man. Straight up. I metal tech because of horseshoes, right? I want to find horseshoes. They're amazing, right? These silver coins, silver dimes sound the same, right? Every single silver dime sounds pretty much the same, right? Look at a silver quarter. They all sound the same. Super easy, right? You know when you're on silver, right? With the horseshoe, different, right? Horseshoes are a challenge, man. Those deep relics are a challenge, and I like challenges. When I get asked that question, "What's your best find ever?" I usually kind of think about it. You know, probably horseshoes. I'm really after horseshoes. That's why I metal tech. Kind of. You know, I'm after the gold, and I'm after the goodies and the jewelry and stuff. But it's a very difficult question to answer, and I will probably answer that question different on different days, maybe different hours. And another question I get asked a lot: why do you metal tech? You know, some people see me digging up a bunch of junk in the parks, you know, pull tabs and a bunch of foil and a bunch of can slaw and zinc pennies. You know, why in the hell you didn't dig up those zinc pennies? Because I want the gold, I want the silver. You know, you never know what you're about ready to dig up, right? And it's hard to answer that question, why I metal tech. But really, I'm addicted. I'm addicted to metal teching. I eat, sleep, go to the bathroom, shit, piss, dream about metal teching, right? If I'm not metal teching, I am freaking thinking about metal teching. Or I am making videos or managing my videos metal detecting. You know, I've been detecting for a lot of years, and there's pretty much no going back, right? Once you smack out a big gold ring or a big silver or a silver spill or a coin spill or just a clad spill, you know, you really get hooked. You get hooked on it, and then you start watching videos, and then you might want to start making videos. But the reason why I metal teched is because I'm not going to be taking up knitting. I'm not going to be taking up modeling toy cars. I'm not going to be taking up collecting freaking bottle caps. Actually, I could start that hobby. I could collect bottle caps and pull tabs, to tell you the truth. 99% of the stuff that I dig up out of the ground is going right in the garbage can. Tell you the truth, right? There's a reality to it. But you know, it takes that certain type of personality to really get into metal detecting, and to stay with it, you know, and to really something big in your life has to make you stop metal detecting. And I haven't really had that happen to me. Nothing major has happened to me in my life to make me not want to metal detect anymore. You know, I do find a lot of weird stuff out metal detecting, you know, sometimes vomit or human feces or hypodermic needles or the most horrible EMI you've ever experienced in your life. You know, a lot of things can stop you from metal detecting, or you just quit metal detecting in all. A lot has to do with your health. You know, I have good knees. I'm strong. You know, I'm strong-willed. I like a challenge. I'm a go-to person. You know, I'm a person to figure something out. If nobody else can figure it out, I can probably get down to the solution to it. You know, I can figure it out. Just about every job that I've had, I've always been a manager or whatnot, But in metal detecting, you can't really expect anything. If you expect to find treasure every time you go out, you're going to be disappointed. And if you expect something, you're going to be disappointed every once in a while. And, like the conditions, Jim and I have been driving around so much lately, just driving around for hours and hours and just finding sites and just haven't got much out of them because the ground is just so dry. I don't get disappointed because we still go there and we swing around and we know that there's targets in the ground, but we can't get to them because the ground is just too dry right now. But now I know I can come back to that spot later on and dig those targets out. Find the hot spots. Even though I can't dig most of the targets out, the deeper targets, I know where those targets are at and I know where the hot spots are at. So it's exploring. You got to really be to be a full-time metal detectorist like me. It's really not a hobby for me. It's my life, right? I think to stay in metal detecting and to be your life, you have to be adventurous. You have to be very curious. You have to take disappointment well. And if you are disappointed in something, you have to expect something in the first place, right? And I think that, once you really learn a detector and you really master a detector, there's others out there to master. And there's just a wide variety of different frequencies and settings and coils and different detectors with those different frequencies and coils. There's just no way to figure it all out, right? But I want to use a detector that I feel comfortable with. I really like swinging around, and it's easy to swing around. And I like tools that are not going to break. I like tools that are going to be ergonomic, and most of the time lightweight tools and durable tools. And with metal detecting, it's not a cheap hobby, right? Jim and I spend a lot of money driving around. We spend a lot of money in food when we're out, and it's not a cheap hobby, or it's not a cheap life, to tell you the truth. Once you start hitting the parks in your area, you'll start hitting a lot of those surface targets and get cleaning the ground up. Getting a lot of those junky targets. Hopefully, you're digging out the pull tabs and the zinc pennies and the can slaw and the foil, because if you're not going to get much of that stuff right there, right? There's a reason why I dig the junk out, because somebody else skipped it, or somebody else didn't want to have to deal with it. And you know what that junk is sometimes? That right there, gold, right? A lot of days, I get skunked, right? I just dig up pull tabs and can slaw all day long. But I just keep on going and keep on going. There's some sites, and most of the sites that you see me digging in, I go to a lot, right? I hit it at least once or twice a month. And some sites I'll just go over it and over it and over it and over it, when I first get to that site, because it's a hot spot. We find some hot spots. And then you get less and less out of the ground, less and less out of the ground, because most of the surface targets are gone. And if you live in an area where there's a lot of parks around you, there's still a lot of good targets in those parks. Even though those run down, crappy, parks that look like never really been active before, those parks are the ones to hit. And those parks are the ones going to have the most good stuff in it. And if you just keep on hitting it, it's like process, man, just layer by layer, inch by inch, man. Go to that site, change your frequencies, change your coils, change your detectors, go on different conditions, when it's raining, when it's dry out, because detectors, every single detector responds differently to different conditions, right? I can test all my machines against a target in the ground there, and all of them will respond differently to that target every day, right? And the reason why I detect is because I want to figure that out, right? I don't think I'll ever figure it out, but I'm that type of personality. I'm going to do my best to try to figure it out. You know, I want to master the machines, right? And the newer machine that comes out of the market, probably gonna get that one. Like the Note to Lightning is coming out soon. There's been a lot of hype on it and a lot of impatience because they're having a lot of issues with shipping overseas right now. Excuse me. You know, you can't expect a lot. You know, even if a person says something and you're expecting to be on time, you know, you're gonna be disappointed every once in a while. You know, even I will disappoint you. You know, if you have expectations of me finding a bunch of killer stuff in the ground, you know, I'm probably gonna disappoint you. All right, I'm probably gonna be digging up a lot of the same stuff. I just want to get as much as I can out of the ground so I have a better chance at getting some of this stuff, right? Most of this stuff was really shallow, right? Most of those rings, those gold rings right there, were really shallow, right? That's why I swing fast. I want to get the surface stuff out. You know, I can get deeper as time goes by, put a different coil on it, but by the time I've, you know, really come to a conclusion about which detector to take and which frequency I want to be in, it's all just about experimenting, right? I'm just curious, you know, what's the difference? What if I change my frequency right now? Just run it at different frequency for a couple hours, or put in a different mode for a couple hours. You know, I do that all the time, except for the Deus. I really do have the Deus in hot program. For most of the time, I have the Deus in just a stock hot program. Just change frequencies. Every once in a while, change the audio response or the silencer on it. But mainly, most of my videos with the Deus are in just stock hot program, different frequencies, right? I've had a lot of testing with the Deus, man. Just hours and hours of testing and field testing with the machine and different frequencies and different modes and different settings. And when it just really boils down to it, I just, for the last few months, pretty much most of the time, I'm in hot program. It's just the right setup for me. You know, how fast I swing has just the right recovery speed. I'll change the recovery speed a little bit once in a while too, but the stock hot program, full tones, you know, it's the way to go with the Deus. You know, I'm getting to, just getting closer to that time when the Note to Lightning is coming out, so the Deus will go in the closet for a while. But you know, I want to keep on moving forward. You know, trying to master other detectors as they come out. You know, the older machines, you know, I'll probably be making less videos with my older machines. You know, the Amphibio I gave up last year because they just haven't had an update for that machine. I sure wish they would have an update for that machine. It's really needed. And with the Equinox, you know, I'm still using the Equinox. I'm still trying that out. You know, trying to master that machine. It's a little bit tougher in my soil to master the Equinox because my soil is hot. You know, with the Deus, it just seems to get through most of the conditions that I've struggled with my other detectors. The Deus has no problem in hot program, no problem, you know, getting the depth that I'm going for, you know, within 6 inches deep. You know, it's, you see me in my videos, I'm pulling a lot of targets out of the ground in a short amount of time. So, you know, the more junk that you get out of the ground, the more possibilities that you're gonna have some goodies come out of the ground. Well, I'm gonna get inside now. I'm pretty much done testing for the day. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.